One of the things that I have been stressing a lot throughout my residency is related to the protagonism of older people. We are not going to accept, we baby boomers, that people will guess for us what is good for us. But even in very old age, people that are 85, 90, in old people's homes, in residential care, let us listen to their voices. Let us learn from them how to improve the services they are receiving. Let us involve them in urban planning so that we can really have age-friendly cities. Let us involve them on the research that is needed because they have views, they have experience, they have knowledge. They may not even have academic knowledge, but they have lived longer than us. So by listening to older people, and symbolically, what I am saying here in South Australia, you understand this better than anybody, it's the driest state in the driest continent. What is most precious for you? Water. And how do you get this water? Pumping with windmills. Well, that is the image that I'm giving. The voices of older people is the water that is underground and it's not heard or seen or felt. Let us pump it out. But the motor, the engine to get this out is the top-down, is the government, the public sector, the academics, that they have to make this wheel generating. If this wheel was not vibrating, and where is the energy? Is aging, is the new flow of energy that is coming our way. But if we don't get this voice up the water, we are going to miss a lot.
Tell me a little bit more about that. I'm going to cough, hang on. Because I think you're talking about something significantly different than what's been called consultation.
Yes, it's not consultation. It is a dialogue. We need to have public forum. We need to have focus groups. When you say a consultation, it sounds like you have one way and you respond to what I want you to say. This is not an interview with other people. This is them having their say and their way, generating their views. So it's directed by them. The best way is to have people around the table and to have a facilitator who is going to be an older person, him or herself. It's really to get this process going. The other thing is based on the experience that we have in Brazil. We have a system there of consultation that starts at the bottom, at municipal level. Older people organize themselves in councils. They raise the issues. And they democratically elect who will be their peers that will go to the second level, at state level, starts at municipality level, then goes to the state. But the people that are representing them have been elected in a very transparent, democratic way. Then the resolutions will be discussed and refined so that eventually they go to the top, to Brasilia, and they will have a national conference. We have gone through this process 3 years, over the last 6 years. Every second year, we have this sequence of conferences. And by the time you get to Brasilia, only 600 or 700 people, you had started with 100,000 at the bottom. So it's really a process that this idea crystallizes. And what to do with all these ideas? They go to the Congress for the legislators to consider and to enact laws. So it's again to do it right, because it is expressing your right to have a say on what is important for you, and what is important for you was discussed there at the bottom of this pyramid. And I think that this process is feasible here too. Maybe it won't be so easy for one reason. It's not in Brazil, it's happening now, not only in relation to older people, it's related to women, to gays, to different aspects of society. Because the governments, over the last 12 years, 15 years, all the governments are very committed to a rights-based approach. I have an explanation to that. The people that are leading the country in Brazil, same in Argentina, in Chile, in Uruguay. These countries were plagued with dictatorships 40, 50 years ago. My cohort is now in power, and we know what is not to have your rights respected, because we suffered that when we were young. We're not going to allow this to happen again. And there is this commitment to rights, to women, to children, to teenagers, to drug addicts, to lesbians, to older people, everybody. And therefore the government is allowing and facilitating this process, because, you know, it's a big country. To bring all these people from municipalities to the state and then to the capital, it costs money. To support them with lawyers so that they can give you advice on how to formulate, etc., it costs money. You need some consultants around and so on. It may be more difficult here because there isn't perhaps this appreciation that a rights-based approach is so important. I'm guessing, I don't know. It is for people that will read my recommendation to reflect if it is or not feasible. Often, in a society that has been easy, that for which life hasn't been that challenging, this is a very rich country, endowed with mineral and other resources. Maybe people are not going to be so alert and so keen on a rights-based approach and this kind of consultation. But I'm hopeful, and I think that based on the dialogues that I had with politicians, many people seem to be very sympathetic.